So our next topic is drones. We're going to actually hear from the cons to start. Please give them all a warm welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael.
I'm Morgan. I'm Mary.
And we did the cons of drones. The United States in the fiscal year 2016 proposed a budget that would spend $3 billion on drones. This is a huge budget increase from the $1.2 billion spent the previous year. Drones have become a useful tool used by our government for some time now. We have an elite force of around 11,000 drones, and they all provide the same basic task, providing intelligence, reconnaissance, and targeted killings. Drones have many negative impacts, such as citizen engagement, public safety hazards, privacy invasion, and terrorism increase. Due to these instabilities and negative impacts, Congress must vote against drone legislation.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Drew.
I'm Carly.
I'm Ryan.
And we're presenting the pros and cons of the present drones. Historically, drones have been impractical and costly, but over the past decade, recent advancements have led to their use in many ways, from simple recreational activities to their important role in the military. Unmanned aerial vehicles, more commonly known as drones, have seen a significant increase in usage since the first drone, which was the Kettering bug created in 1918 to be used in World War I, but the war ended before it could be used.
Originally used for military purposes, drone development has led to the utilization of this technology by corporations and individuals throughout the United States. Like any technology, drones have the potential of being misused. However, the Federal Aviation Administration has developed rules and regulations concerning the use of drones in the United States. If drones are operated according to these regulations, they can be beneficial for government, businesses, and individuals. Drones have made many jobs easier, faster, and safer, especially for police force, for agricultural purposes, inspections, and emergency response.
One area where drones are used almost without restriction is in warfare, especially in the war on terror. However, when the drones are used from high altitude, as they are often hundreds or thousands of feet above ground level, the likelihood of civilian casualty increases. While drones are able to effectively target objects from such height, it becomes nearly impossible for the controller to be certain of what it is they are seeing. To counteract these problems, controllers, drone pilots look for specific terrorist behavior. However, these patterns, the basis for what is known as a personality trait, are often overgeneralized, applied to much of that area's population. It is, in effect, racial profiling. Drones kill indiscriminately man, woman, and child, terrorists and civilian alike. Because of the elevated risk to civilians, as well as the damage these attacks do to U.S. reputation, drones must not be allowed for use in U.S. military airspace.
The use of drones in law enforcement can save several lives. They could be used in dangerous tasks such as police pursuits or during surveillance missions. In police pursuits, many people are put in danger. There have been over 11,000 people killed in these, including bystanders and police officers. Another way people are put in danger is during surveillance missions. When a drone would be deployed in these situations, they would be safer, faster, and more maneuverable than police officers and cars. There are some drones that can reach up to speeds of over 100 miles per hour, and a drone can go places that cars cannot. Right now, only about 120 law enforcement agencies have drones, but many more are attempting to get them. So law enforcement should invest more time and money into the use of drones, as it will have a very beneficial impact on the people in the United States.
Congress must vote against drone legislation for the simple reason that it increases terrorism. Robert Greener, the former head of the CIA, states, quote, "Drones are creating more enemies than it is eliminating from the battlefield." For example, from 9/11 to June 2nd of 2013, a total of 60 terror attacks happened on U.S. soil. Of those 60, 49 are considered homegrown terrorists, which all starts right here with the hatred of America. Drone attacks are increasing. As a result, terror attacks are also increasing. In the past 8 years alone, a total of 47 terror attacks occurred. This is relative to drones due to the 300% budget increase of drones in the past 8 years. There's no solid evidence that states drones have helped us progress in our mission of ending terrorism. Therefore, Congress must vote against drone legislation.
Drones, with the addition of cameras and surveillance features, drones can be used to help protect the environment. They can be used in agricultural surveillance to check for diseases, bugs, and water shortages. This benefits the environment by making it possible to reduce pesticide and water use by only targeting the specific areas that need it. Drones also use significantly less fuel than helicopters. Drones can be powered by batteries or solar power, among other power sources, as an alternative to fossil fuels. In addition, some people are currently engineering drones that can take the place of bees and other insects in the pollination of plants and prevent those plants from going extinct. In 2016, the U.S. lost 44% of its honeybee colonies. Many plants, such as almonds, broccoli, and onions, are reliant on these pollinators. A researcher at Japan's National Institute for Advanced Industrial Science and Technology recently engineered small drones that could help pollinate these plants. Drones have many positive effects on the environment, and those effects will increase as technology grows.
People's lives are exploited due to tech-savvy cameras on drones. In 2015, 1 million drones were sold in the United States. Today, only about 450,000 drones are registered in America. This means that 500,000 plus drones are being used who are unqualified, do not know how to properly operate a drone, and do not know the laws abiding drones. This being said, privacy invasion and drones go hand in hand. An incident such as this one, it shows where a drone invaded the privacy of an actual U.S. citizen. In Kentucky, a hobbyist drone operator flew his drone over the house of a sunbathing teenager. Now, state legislation has been made because of this heading. Drones such as the DJI Phantom 4 Pro drone have the ability to fly 7 kilometers away from the drone operator. Not only can it do that, it also has a precision camera that can report right back to a mobile phone and stream live footage. This makes the DJI Phantom 4 Pro drone a perfect candidate for privacy invasion. With this being said, drones continually are a nuisance in the United States, and Congress should argue against this legislation.
With drone technology enhancing, it has become more and more beneficial to use them for inspecting structures such as power lines and bridges. Using helicopters for inspecting is less efficient and has many downsides. Currently using drones to inspect power lines, Dominion Virginia Power states that using drones is faster and safer because there's no need to dispatch a helicopter or send men up to work on the power lines. San Diego Gas Electric also utilized drones for power line inspections, and they claim that using drones is more beneficial than using helicopters because they are a lot quieter and they have no emissions. A study conducted by the Minnesota Department of Transportation and Collins engineers concluded that using drones for bridge inspections proved to be more effective than using helicopters because the drone was able to go around and under the bridge to collect information that was previously unattainable by aerial work platforms and rope access methods. Overall, using drones for inspecting power lines and bridges has proved as an effective.
Drones can be a serious threat to public safety. In Germany in 2013, a small drone was flown towards Angela Merkel, Chancellor Germany, during campaign rally. Police forced the operator to land the drone when it came within a few feet of her face. Law enforcement soon began to imagine a scenario which the drone would be used as a weapon instead of a weapon. Many U.S. citizens have been killed due to drone strikes. For example, Warren Weinstein was the first of many Americans to be killed in the U.S. consequence of drone strikes. Drones that were once used for military purposes are now easily accessible by anyone. It can be very, very dangerous and dangerous. Therefore, Congress must be looking into change.
Another way UAV technology has positively impacted communities in the U.S. is the usage of drones in emergency response areas. For example, the increase in the employment of firefighting drones at local fire departments. These drones are connected to fire trucks via hose and wire and relay imaging and live video data to the firefighters on the ground. The hose connection allows for the drones to have a large supply of water that can be used to put out the fire. In 2015, firefighting drones were used to assist firefighters putting out a peanut factory fire in Atlanta, Georgia. Additionally, drones can take strain off firefighters and decrease injury. A study by the National Fire Protection Association shows that in 2008, 105 firefighters died while on the job. And as drones were slowly introduced into fire departments around the country in 2009 and 2010, those numbers decreased to 82 and 73 respectively. And from 2011 to 2015 were even further reduced to the low 60s.
In conclusion, the drones have existed in their basest form for over 100 years. They are still imprecise and dangerous, endangering countless lives through civilian bombing, invasion of privacy, and increased while decreasing public safety. While drones may be used for some positive effects, such as stopping forest fires, they have many lives have been lost and endangered because of this technology. Because of this, Congress must not allow further drone use by the United States of America.
In conclusion, the use of drones in the United States has many benefits. They can be used to protect the lives of law enforcement officers, protect the environment, increase efficiency in infrastructure inspections, and be used in emergency response situations. If used responsibly and effectively, drones can have innumerable positive effects for the United States.
Drones have the capacity to be misused, but they also have a great capacity for improving safety, efficiency, and quality of life in many areas. Naturally, there will need to be limitations put in place in order to protect people's lives and their Fourth Amendment rights to privacy. Rather than stifling this new technology, we should be drafting legislation in order to marginalize the potential drawbacks and maximize their many positive effects.
Guys, hang on a second. Come forward.
We both talked about legislation regarding drones, and both made some great points. My question for you is, do you believe that, from either side, that drone usage would be, or society would benefit from a registration or a limitation on purchase of drones, either for institutions or for people who have properly registered, and that an organization, company would not be able to sell drones without proper paperwork? That it would be a crime to sell a drone without that registration? Because you talked about the benefits, but so I would like to know your opinions on both of those. Because you talked about the dangers of it, so would you be okay with it if that were in place, and would you be okay with that being a limitation placed on it?
I would be
You
okay.
may need to sum up that question, because
Sorry. Drones being available, but only with registration, it would be criminal to sell drones without someone having the proper paperwork.
So are they in favor of
So we would be
criminalizing?
in favor of that, because it would be a compromise between both sides.
Would you be in favor of essentially criminalizing sale of drones without registration?
Yes, thank you. Okay. I started thinking that.
Okay, fine.
You know, I think drones, leaning one way or the other is, you always have to find a good balance. And I think having limitations on drones, like your registration scenario we were talking about, is a good thing, because it allows people to still have access to these drones, but at the same time, it ensures the safety of others around them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think having registrations like that would accomplish exactly what I just said. It would marginalize some of the negative sides of it, and it would help to increase the positive sides of it.
Well said on both sides. Very good.